YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Daveo. We got King Von's dad. The reason why he was brutally sniped. God damn. Sniped is a crazy word to use. Sniped is crazy. Damn. He got sniped? What the nigga got put in about a military operation or something? But look, make sure I like, subscribe, and the bell on. Let's see what's going on.
Everyone knows who King Von was, who King Von is.
He was a serial killer who bragged about killing people, and he professed and confessed to be a demon.
He was that, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
Von gave me a lot of passes. He could have killed me a couple times. I was happy.
But they talking like his ass like them God. Shit. Yeah, I was that scared of a nigga.
Yes, here when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day.
I was relieved for the community, man. Because he was over there torturing them guys, man. I ain't gonna...
But today, I want to show y'all the man who made it possible for us to have King Von, the one they call Silk from Otter Park.
Rest in peace to Silk from Ada Park, that was the oldest.
Before there was a Daquan Bennett, there was Walter E. Bennett, a.k.a. Silk. Now, although they look so much like they are twins, there is a 20-year difference between these two dudes. Von's pops was born on the 28th of October, 1974. And right from the beginning of his life, Walter Bennett never had it normal. According to several sources, his parents were so deep in the streets that they couldn't even have him in a traditional hospital. They don't know who might pull up on them, because even back then, the streets were going crazy.
My God, think about that, bro. You know how people have normal, regular lives, niggas just go to work and get up and work every day? Think about having a fucking kid that you can't even have in the hospital because you scared somebody gonna blow your ass down the hospital, bro. Think about this shit right quick, bro. Like, what be so entertaining about this street life that niggas be wanting to get in? Like, especially niggas that ain't from the streets. Like, I see sometimes niggas born into the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, you born into this shit. But what make you dumb ass niggas want to jump into the streets and be like, yeah, I want to risk my life every day, risk jail time every day, and hide from Opps. Yes, sir, I can't wait to do this shit every day. What make you dumb ass niggas think like that, bro? I don't get it.
Instead, he was delivered by a midwife on silk sheets. This was why Walter Bennett was given the nickname Silk. His parents were rich enough to afford Silk because they had made a lot of money from hustling in the streets. Damn. Silk grew up in Ada Park, a popular park located in the Morgan Park area. His father was a laid-back gangster, the kind that spoke only when he needed to, but on the other hand, Silk's mom was a live wire. And even though she's a woman, you don't want to play with her. She's the kind that would whoop your backside if you talk stupid. But she was also fiercely independent and was respected by everyone in the hood. Silk's mama was also very independent, and this same independence spilled into her son after some...
So basically, this nigga King Von didn't have a goddamn chance. Your grandparents and your daddy was a gangster, my nigga, you definitely ain't got a chance. It is what it is, generation.
Time, Silk's parents split up, and his stepfather had a huge impact on his life. His stepdad was Big Reggie, a street legend that was also a millionaire, and he taught him a lot about how to move in the streets. And this set Silk on his path to become a street legend. But before he fully embraced the street, Silk was almost never in the streets at all. According to a lot of folks who knew him on the block, he used to play basketball in Ada Park. And even though he wasn't the biggest, Silk was a really good player. So good that a lot of people felt he could have made it to the NBA. And this was a huge sliding doors moment. If Silk had made it to the NBA, he would surely have taken his family out the hood. Von wouldn't have grown up in O Block, never visited WIIC City at all. He probably never would have jumped off that porch or become a demon in the streets. He would never have become V. Roy, never met Dirk or joined OTF. And that crazy story would have never happened. Just a spoiled rich kid of an NBA player. But rather than shooting hoops, Silk became a member of the Black Disciples and started hustling in the streets. So, of course, this got him into a lot of trouble with the law. Silk caught a charge that led to him spending 9 years in Menard Correctional Facility, one of the most dangerous prisons in the city. When Silk got back from prison, he was well respected and rewarded by his gang for not talking and selling out anybody. He kept it gangster. Silk was...
So that's why I call gangster, bro. You niggas that get caught and start snitching immediately. Breaking news, buddy, you're a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie to you. But niggas who get caught and y'all know y'all was doing bullshit out here and y'all get caught, y'all do time for it, don't say shit. I can respect it. I still be like, I don't understand the streets, period, but I respect it though. Y'all didn't snitch on nobody else.
Rewarded with the BD Tower on Robert Taylor Homes in State Street to run as his own. The BD's rewarded with his own tower, not just because of his loyalty, but they knew Silk had the street smarts to pull it off. This was when King Von's father started pulling in a lot of money. Word on the block is that Silk became a millionaire at a very young age. Everyone knew who Silk was. He commanded a lot of respect, looked after his peoples, and had a very big heart. He didn't have a big circle, just a small crew of his homies that he trusted. Silk didn't just hang out with anyone, and not just anyone could hang out with Silk, because if you kicking it with Silk, you gotta be ready for anything, because he was really about that life. And this reminds you of only one person, King Von. Tay Capone stated in an interview that not everyone could hang out with Von because you know you was gonna be in a shootout, and you gotta be ready to use that strap.
In 2012, everybody couldn't hang with Von. Like, if you was hanging with Von, you had to accept everything that came with Von. You had to accept that you was gonna be in shootings, accept that it was gonna be that, and you had to be with it. You feel me? With Von, you feel me? And this was a lot of the time. Everybody didn't want to hang with him. They couldn't.
Oh God, I don't want to be in that car. You can leave me up. You can leave me right where you at. I'll shake your hand on your porch. What's up, my nigga? Love you, bro. Walk off from your ass. I'm not finna have shootouts with nobody every day. The fuck? Fuck. You saying, y'all basically saying, fuck the money, fuck everything. Let's go wake up and go die. Keep me far away from those niggas ASAP.
Cause you had to be on what he was on. A lot of wasn't on what Von was on. Cause Von was like that. You feel me? So that was faking, for sure ain't want to end up somewhere with Von by themselves. You feel me? Niggas that was soft, really didn't want nothing to do with this. They went back. They weren't trying to kick it with Von and stay around him too long. You feel me?
While King Von's father was living that crazy life, he was never shy about spending that money. Silk had a thing for cars. He was always buying the newest cars and bringing them to the hood. When Silk was around, he had the whole block turned up. He was like a neighborhood superstar. Silk was also a ladies' man. One rumor that was quite popular is that Silk had a key ring that he always carried around that had several keys. All of them belonged to multiple women. All these women trusted him enough to give him their keys and just allow him to come around whenever he wanted to. Silk was raking in them Benjamins, and he was a player. This why he ended up having 7 children with multiple baby mamas. It's why he and Von Mama split up, and Von didn't get to spend a lot of time together. But despite all of this, a lot of reports state that Silk was never a deadbeat father. He didn't miss out on spending time with Von because he wanted to. They didn't spend enough time together because Silk was always in and out of jail and always loved his dad, only ever said good things about him. He practically worshipped him. Instead, he always tweeted about how the streets took his dad from him. Silk was killed when Von was only 11 years old. According to the streets, there are 2 theories about how Silk was killed. The first one is that Silk was killed because he robbed the wrong person. According to OTF Vonnie's father, Hassan Craig, Silk was killed because broke into someone's house and jacked them for their money. The person had cameras in their home, and when they saw that it was Silk.
I knew who hired him. The whole city knew who hired him because Silk allegedly broke into a house and took some money, and the people had cameras or whatever the case may be. And I later found out who it was, and I didn't know him from a can of paint. They like, man, you got to know him, you know, and so I don't know him. And word got back to me that somebody dropped a bug in his ear and let him know that I ain't about that, and I ain't, you know, I'm a Muslim and I'm doing this, that, and other. So stand down. You ain't got to worry about him coming to retaliate or what's this, that, and other. So it's just what it was, you know what I mean? That's just what it was. And do I believe he was backdoored by the people who he went on this thing with? Yeah, but I don't have any proof, and I only speak facts. You know what I mean? I only speak facts, and whatever in the dark got to come to the light, and no soul shall taste death without God's permission. So that's just what it is.
Man, what the fuck did he just say? I'm lost as hell right now. I don't know what he's even talking about. I ain't gonna like, come keep it so with that. I was just so confused right there listening to this shit.
While Von's pops was loved by a lot of people, he also had a lot of enemies. A lot of people who were jealous of him and were ready to do anything to see him put in the ground. So it's no surprise if he was backdoored and betrayed by those he trusted. It's the streets. There's too many snakes, and you never know who you can trust. Now,
niggas say it's the streets and there's so many snakes Von over getting head and shit.
A lot of people have questioned this story because Silk was very rich, and he didn't get that rich from robbing people. But just because someone had bread doesn't stop them from stealing from other people. We're not saying Silk was a thief, but this is what the streets been saying. Also, you've got to realize that Silk was not a rapper, had anything to do with hip-hop, or ever been anywhere near a studio. None of that. He was just a street dude, hustling, and cares only about his money. Silk wasn't narrating his life and crimes in song or posting on any social media, so it's harder to get information about him. The second theory is the most popular one and the one that most people believe. This was a different period in Chicago. Unlike these days when street dudes are clipped by drive-bys, ambushed outside gas stations, or tracked by the Opps to an alley, back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, they had different ways of getting their ops. They used more sophisticated methods where you don't even see the bullet or the shooter coming until they put a hole in your body. During this period in Chicago, a lot of hoods were way more organized in how they handled business, so the projects and high-rise buildings actually had snipers on their roofs. I wish I was capping, but it is what it is. If you a strange face and you are getting too close to their hood, you just see the red dot on your shirt. They letting you know they spotted you from a mile away, and you better come correct or they could end you just like that. It was on the 31st of July, 2000.
See what I'm saying? Like, imagine niggas put this evidence to some other shit, like shit like that. But I heard about that shit before. Niggas was putting snipers in like Chicago and New York and big buildings and shit. But it's amazing niggas put that much evidence to some other shit though. Like, you put them in there in the training and stuff, how to learn how to snipe and all that shit. Imagine you was doing it to, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you was protecting your hood, like, from police or something, doing it or something. You know what I'm saying? It would have been way better. That could protect the police, that could protect the parents, that could put the Secret Service or anything. Like, something legal to make some money, stay out of jail and stay from being dead.
2005, that Silk's time would come. Just like the first theory, the streets say he was backdoored and betrayed by a friend. Silk didn't get his money by robbing people. He was a big-time dealer. On this day, he was allegedly a victim of a deal gone bad. He was at the rink of a roller skating center located at 1122 East 87th Street when he was hit in the head by a sniper and his life ended right there on the spot. Von's uncle confirmed it.
God damn, nigga died from a sniper?
Was hit in the head by a sniper at 1122 East 87th Street when he was hit in the head by a sniper and his life ended right there on the spot. Von's uncle confirmed in this interview that his big brother was got by a sniper rifle.
I got a special connection to him. I don't have the BD OTF connection. I got a different type of connection. When I saw nigga, I saw my big brother again. Big bro died, I saw my big brother again. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, I'm with big bro every day. Kill his daddy with a sniper rifle.
A sniper rifle? But these niggas was real damn military. What the fuck? This shit confirmed by his brother. A nigga that he probably knew for a long time. Like his blood brother, one or two. But nigga said nigga killed his daddy with a sniper rifle. Like, that shit confirmed. Like, niggas was out here really doing military hunts and shit, boy. I be ducking every day. Y'all be scared as hell. A sniper? But I won't go nowhere, boy. I'm in the house all day. What the fuck?
Shit get deep though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sniper. I hit him with a sniper rifle. Hey, at the skate rink, but you know, that's another story. He was a different nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he's just like Von, big heart. You got a big heart.
Many believe Silk was hit with a sniper because they couldn't get him up close. He was so feared, and with the way he moved, it would be difficult to just sneak up on him in the streets. Word on the street is that Walter E. Bennett, also known as Silk, was allegedly shot by a man known in the streets as Killerwall, a member of a gang called Terror Dome. Even though his dad was killed when he was very young, losing his father to the street is that death that changed Von for forever. Apart from putting Silk from Ada Park in his songs, you could tell that King Von really loved his dad just by the number of times his father. That's a son who idolizes him. Although they only spent very little time together, you can tell Von cherishes all the memories. And apart from looking so alike, Silk and Von are young age. They were both feared and respected. The two of us also kept a small circle that night.
Alright, fuck all that, bro. That nigga out here was, god damn. These niggas getting advanced every year, bro. They said King Von daddy got hit by a sniper rifle, right? That's probably what, that's 2005 they say he died. The 90s niggas was pulling up on niggas with shotguns and revolvers and shit. 2000 had snipers and Tech 9s and shit. 2025 they got fucking switches and all this shit. So what the fuck they gonna have in 2030? Nigga, ray guns or some shit like that? What the fuck? They gonna start with ray guns and jail blasters in 2030 or some shit like this. Shit getting crazier and crazier. But I can guess 100 years, man, they gonna have nukes and shit. But this shit getting scary, but I'm scared of these niggas, but I'm good. Y'all got the streets, but I'm straight. Fuck. Anyways, though, make sure I had to like, subscribe, and the bell on, bro. I'm out of here, bro. That shit is blowing me.
I had a dream.
in my house, that double law. Try to run off and you won't make it far. Got plenty shots, get it to him like ball. We drop the art, roll them up and cigar. My coat when I pour.